What's going on, guys? We are here to talk about WWE Elimination Chamber. Whew! This is Sports Moves. As always, it's C Moody here with
D Moody.
Two Moodies.
One duty.
Sports. Let's talk about this pay-per-view. What's going on, guys? This is C Moody here with
D Moody.
And we are Sports Moves. Two Moodies.
One duty.
Sports. Guys, how did you like the Elimination Chamber Sunday? D Moody.
It was... I mean, we already knew what the outcome was going to be.
Yeah.
We pretty much said last week on our podcast that we kind of felt we knew who would win the men's match. I kind of figured Strowman would dominate the way that he did. That everybody would kind of band together to try to get him out. But felt it would be between him and Roman to decide who's going to face Brock. In the women's match, I figured Alexa would... Did I pick Alexa to win last week? I'm not sure if I did.
I don't know.
I kind of had a funny feeling that she would. She'd find a way, as she always does. She survives and advances better than any woman's champion that's out there.
Really?
She does. She's just do what it takes to win. I'm just going. It don't have to be flashy. It don't have to be pretty. It don't have to be an honest win. I'm just trying to keep my belt by any means necessary. If I got to climb the cage and run away from you and get on top of the thing and hide, make you chase me, whatever I got to do, I'm gonna make you earn it. Okay. But overall, man, the chamber. I mean, it didn't blow me away.
All right,
but it was an okay pay-per-view. I liked it last year's chamber better.
Really?
When Bray Wyatt won, because it was a shock. Like, I didn't think they would change the title that quick before WrestleMania.
Who had it before?
John Cena had it.
Yeah.
He beat AJ Styles at Royal Rumble, and then all of them were in there, and then Bray Wyatt won it. That was a big shocker.
That was.
This one we kind of knew what was going to take place.
Okay.
What did you think?
I can honestly say I was sad by the results.
Wait a minute. You finally sad about something the WWE does?
I was truly sad. Don't do that. I was truly sad about the results of the ending of some of these matches. Just by the build-up. The build-up versus the results I didn't like in comparison to the two.
Okay.
And yeah, that's really what it resolved into. I mean, besides that, they only had two high spots, which was the Elimination Chamber matches. Everything in between. Well, besides, at least Bray and Matt had a purpose in their fight. The tag that compare that to the tightest worldwide versus the Bar for the championship. Which one had more? Okay, you're not going to pick one, so we can't even talk about it.
I'm just saying, all that stuff was filler in between the chamber matches.
Exactly.
People tuned in for that purpose only, and I hate to say it, but I didn't care about the tag match.
Of course.
I didn't care about really Bray and Matt. I mean, I'm glad Matt finally got a win. I mean, at this point, Bray Wyatt doesn't have a purpose in the WWE. He's just there. To me, he is. I don't know about anybody else. I mean, beating Bray Wyatt doesn't get you anywhere.
Okay. So let's kick this off with the pre-show. Pre-show tag match. You have the Good Brothers, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows versus the Miztourage, which is Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas. Which, of course, the Good Brothers actually won, part of the Ballard Club, formerly known as independently the Bullet Club. How did you even see it?
I did not. Anything that says pre on it, I'm not watching it.
Okay.
I hate to be like a negative person over here, but
you pretty much are.
I'm just tuning in for what I want to see. You know, now maybe WrestleMania, when WrestleMania rolls around, I'm gonna watch every match because I want to see the quality, you know, and everything with it. But in this pay-per-view, the only thing that really intrigued me was the chamber matches.
Okay.
But I mean, I didn't see the Anderson and Gallows versus the Miztourage. How did that go? How did it end up?
I can't say I watched most of it. I caught highlights of it, though. It was a fun, quick match. It wasn't nothing like a strong thing. I mean, they try to... It's weird as jobby and as goofy as they play off the Miztourage. They have these spots where they make the Miztourage look like a threat. And it's like we've played them off too much as jobbers to believe the point where, like, when they're distracting Finn or they pull him out and beat him up, that it's something damaging. You know, it's just they've played them off too worse to make them feel strong. Like, this is a strong backing to the Miz. Mm-hmm. But, like I said, the Good Brothers win. It's expected. It was a blah match, to say the least.
Pretty much the Miztourage is just a trio of cowards.
Yeah.
All of them are cowards.
That's pretty much it.
Unless they can jump somebody from behind and, you know, get the best of them that way.
Right. So, getting into the beginning of the Elimination Chamber, you start off with the first ever Women's Elimination Chamber match for the Raw Women's Championship, held by Alexa Bliss, fighting against Sasha Banks, Bayley, Mickie James, Sonya Deville, and Mandy Rose. How did you feel about this match? Which I liked which I guess I liked it, but it was kind of too predictable. The fact that they had it already set into all these twos. Of course, you have the Absolution with Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose. Then you have Banks and Bayley, where we see their friendship collapse in this match. And then the newfound friendship of Mickie James and Alexa Bliss, the Women's Championship. So, how do you feel about how it all kind of conspired together?
I thought it was an okay match. I wish there would have been more star power in this match. I kind of wish the Elimination Chamber would have came after WrestleMania.
What other star power could you have had?
I would have loved to see Asuka in that. I would have loved to see.
Then Asuka would have won.
I know, that's why I said I wish it would have came after me.
Oh, okay.
Nia in there, you know, because then you could replace Absolution and get them out of it. And then maybe if Paige wasn't injured, she could have been in the match. So I guess WWE had to kind of change the plan around because Paige she's there, but she's not in a wrestling capacity at these times right now. So I thought for who they had in the match, it actually went good. We saw Absolution dominate a little bit. Bayley even looked kind of strong a little bit to say she started the match against Sonya Deville. And then we saw Mandy Rose get in there and they started to double team her a little bit. And then Sasha comes out and, you know, gets some momentum against the Absolution. Then I think Mickie comes in.
No, it's still 2-on-2 first.
2-on-2 there, and then who came in after?
Oh, that's right, because it was 2-on-1 at one time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then Sasha came in.
Then Mickie, yeah.
Mickie comes in after her, and then Bliss, obviously, by her being the champion,
right,
comes out last. But I'm trying to think I'm trying to remember back who eliminated who. The first person to go was Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose went out because Sasha made her tap to the bank statement, right?
I think so.
And then I think after her, it was Deville. I'm trying to think who put Deville out.
It had to have been.
I don't quite remember how it went, but I know Deville went out. And then we had Mickie James. I think it might have been Mickie James put Deville out. I don't remember. I mean, I watched, you know, most of it, but I just saw the most important part, which was
the most important part. Why didn't you watch this like you supposed to?
I mean, I watched it, but I wasn't like fully invested. I just felt like, okay, once it get down to the wire, it's kind of like when they get. I watch the game. The game is on, but when they get to the fourth quarter, that I'm gonna watch it then because I know it's gonna get good.
No respect.
So
no respect.
I appreciate them, but to me, I like the way they use the cage. They climbed up and down the cage. Didn't Sasha jump off the top?
Yeah.
Did like an Eddie Guerrero splash, kind of like Seth Rollins did later that night. And try to beat Bliss with that. But it looked like it would have just made more sense to me if Sasha and Bayley just would have just continued to work together.
You're right.
To get Bliss out.
Blame Sasha.
It's going to be a new champion, then me and you just squared off, and whoever wins, that's the champ. But it seemed like Sasha turned on Bayley too quick.
Hashtag blame Sasha.
But I'm glad they had it. The last two people was Bliss and
I would have rather
their top two people.
I would have rather it have been Bayley and Banks just to make sure that it's a different title. But like you said, I mean, Bliss has been a great female heel, well, a great heel in general. But you said it right. So you said it right for most of the eliminations. First off was Mandy Rose tapping out to the Banks statement. Then it was a Bayley to Bayley to yeah. No, wait. Second, I'm missing one. No. Mickey James came in and eliminated Sonya Deville.
That's what I was saying. I thought Mickey did.
Yeah. And she did a Lotus press.
And then somebody put James out.
Bayley put James out.
And then it came down to just...
That's when it was them waiting on Bliss. And I
waiting on Bliss to come out the pod, and she just sitting there like...
I like how she ran. They're going up the cage, crawling around.
I like that. She made them do that for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Because she climbed up, then they climbed up.
And she climbed back down.
Then she came back down, climbed up again. I'm like, man, she is really running.
I like that. I did like that. I must admit. And like I said, it just made no logical sense for Banks to turn on Bayley at that point in time.
Make sure we get Bliss out, and then it's whoever win it from here.
Yeah.
But she turned on Bayley, and then she eliminated Bayley. No, I think Bliss eliminated Bayley.
Mm-hmm. With the roll-up pin.
Yeah, with the roll-up pin, Bayley's out, and then it was between her and Sasha, and I think...
And she wins with the top rope DDT.
Yeah, that's her little move, and put Sasha down. And even Sasha had a couple bank statements on her, too.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow she was able to kind of hold on without tapping. But they used the cage, but they didn't really use it as much as I thought it was going to be. And even they went to men.
Yep.
We'll talk about that later, but I just wish they would have used the cages a little bit more. Mainly, we just saw people climbing and jumping down, but I wish it could have been a little bit more brutal. I'm not a big fan of I don't know if you are, but I'm not a big fan of the little thing around the ring. It's not a floor, But you can't bring other weapons into the match.
You shouldn't. The chamber is the weapon.
But I've seen people like in Hell in a Cell be able to go in, pull a table out, pull a chair out, or...
It's too clustered. It's too clustered.
I don't care. It's a chamber. It's a chamber where you just got to survive. Okay, you trying to climb this cage, let me get this chair and whop you on the back of your leg, make you fall back down.
How about I just push your head into the chamber? It's a whole bunch of chamber.
I wish they either could have used the chamber more as a weapon. They really didn't. But I wish it was like a floor level thing where they could climb under, and then other people can sneak in the match.
Nah, I don't like that.
Kind of like how I wish if Paige wasn't hurt, she could have came in and tried to help Absolution or get creative with it. I just don't like that little base deck they got around the little...
I love it because that means it's supposed to be harder. So if I slam you out there, it's going to hurt more than slamming you in the ring onto the bouncy mat. So it's
man, let me put a table or a chair or a ladder or something. You could do more high risk stuff.
Look at you trying to take away the beauty of what this match is supposed to be.
Or at least throw people through the pods.
That's what they should have done.
We saw that, but it wasn't like chamber matches past.
Yeah.
When Goldberg did his first chamber match and he speared Jericho through that. Boy, that was crucial.
Exactly. So,
but the women, I'm glad Bliss did win it. I'm really tired of her being a champion now. But
you
I'm
are
okay with it.
What?
I'm okay with it, but I'm really ready now that I know Rousey's here and Asuka.
It's gonna be a while for Rousey gets here.
I just want to see a new champion.
And Asuka
and
still
do a superstar shakeup. Send some other people to the other brand.
And Asuka still hasn't said who she's fighting yet.
Not yet, but they pretty much, WWE made that decision for her.
Of course, they know, but we don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
we found out this week.
Did we find out?
Yeah, we found out. We found out as soon as Raw began.
Oh, I must have missed that part.
You must have missed that part.
Oh, snap.
You
all right.
You missed the beginning of Raw because you're going to miss something important.
Okay.
You always need to watch the first 15 minutes of Raw.
First 15. All right.
Especially if somebody's coming out to talk.
Okay.
But we will find out that. But, I mean, Bliss wins. Are you okay with her, holding on winning?
No. Oh. But, like I said, for her to be a heel, then yeah. But then if Sasha could have won, Sasha turning on Bayley is pretty much a heel right there. Mm-hmm. So I guess maybe they haven't fully bought into making Sasha a heel yet. They just want to have that rivalry, which I think that's what that's going to culminate into, just a Bayley.
I've been calling for that.
Bayley and Banks kind of rivalry, but Bayley's not the one that's turning heel though. It looks like.
I told you it was going to be Sasha.
Yeah, you did say that. You did. You said that.
Sasha's going to get tired of trying to, be friends with this girl. Like, get off my coattails.
Get off my coattails.
Like,
get out of here.
Lane, earn your own
get out of here.
How many times Sasha's had to save her?
Nah, I don't remember.
She was the champion. All those times she fought Charlotte, Sasha was on the ringside, distracting something or doing something to make Charlotte lose. Or
we're not going to sit here and act like Bayley's not a
trying
great.
to help her stand up against Alexa Bliss. And
Bayley don't need Sasha.
To save her from Nia Jax. Come on. So I mean, Sasha, it's time for you to grow up, Bayley.
Wow, Bayley don't need Sasha.
But. My bad, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
But I did like the interview that Bliss did.
Oh, my goodness.
She had you thinking like, I'm so happy for us women. And
right.
we're able to achieve this. This lets you know that you can do anything you put your heart to, your mind to, you can do it. And then she just flipped.
It's like, and I can tell none of you have dreams. Or something
none
wow.
of you have big dreams or none of you have blah, 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 because I did it myself.
Ouch, Bayley.
And she just kind of...
ouch, Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, she just kind of flipped the script on the people.
So that was that match. The first Women's Elimination Championship match. Won and retained by Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
Next, we got the Tag Championship match, which was just super rushed and super uneventful. The Bar, Sheamus and Cesaro defending their championship against Titus Worldwide. Apollo, no longer Apollo Crews, Apollo and Titus O'Neil. With their statistician, Dana Brooks, at ringside. This match was... I wouldn't say all that, but yeah. They love to give Apollo a few minutes to look strong and remind people that he has such heavyweight caliber and but super athletic, and then he's just back to being a jobber. It's just
it's sad to see a talent like he is just waste away.
And Titus too. I mean, with Titus, I'm about to say Titus.
He never showed me that.
Titus doesn't have the characteristics. He had the characteristics to be a good tag team. Like I remember when they were the primetime players though, with him and Darren Young. I love that.
They did. I mean, they had a good little. But my thing with Titus is I just like him more in a manager capacity because I'm always seeing him in the suits and I like that portion of him, like the marketer.
Okay.
Titus O'Neil than the actual wrestler.
I guess so. Maybe he can manage Apollo and actually get him a career started.
He tried that, and every time Apollo, when they had Apollo, he didn't fight for cruiserweight.
Who was
Tozawa.
Oh my! I missed Tozawa. Yeah, Akira Tozawa. That was beautiful, and I was wishing that they would grow it because then they had like a 4-man Titus Worldwide.
And him and Neville was going at it. He was Neville to talk trash to each other, but he was just there as a manager.
I haven't seen Tozawa really at all. Well, I mean, technically, we haven't seen the cruiserweights in anything. They didn't even put him in the.
They ain't really showing him on Raw and stuff.
Not even in the pay-per-views.
That's good.
No, it's not.
That is good.
It's a whole lot of talent.
Their own show on their own night. If you want to watch the cruiserweights, watch.
No, man, that's disrespectful.
Taking up time on my TV.
Wow.
I'm trying to watch Monday Night Raw.
Cruiserweight matches be better than half of the matches they show on Raw. Are you serious?
WCW Monday Night Nitro.
Are you serious? Are you really?
20 years behind.
Have you not watched?
I like the high risk stuff.
They are
just as much as you do high risk. You see a lot of botches too.
You see way more botches between the main characters than 205.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not knocking the cruiserweights, but I'm just not a.
I got you.
I care less about cruiserweights.
Like I said, the Bar versus Titus Worldwide.
When they took Neville away. That took all of my interest away from it.
I guess
Austin Aries, they let him go. That took my interest away from it.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. So they do, of course, Sheamus and Cesaro. They win, of course. They retain their title, performing a super white noise off of the ropes on Apollo, burying him to retain their title. And that's it. Next, we finally have this match between the Irresistible Force. I like how they're trying to make this name work for Nia Jax, which I like it because Irresistible kind of plays off of beauty and strength kind of situation. So Nia Jax versus the undefeatable, I guess you would say, Asuka. The formidable.
Yeah, formidable means you just can't beat this person. Can't get past this person.
No one's ready for Asuka. So in that match, actually,
I got a quick thing.
Okay.
I love Asuka's music.
Oh, definitely.
I can't understand what he's saying, but she just coming out and she just I like her music.
Yeah.
That's just a sidebar for me.
Oh yeah, definitely. In that match, it actually made Nia look like overbearing to Asuka because Asuka kept trying a lot of moves. Nia would just kind of just brush him off or just bounce off of it. Kind of like it was almost like for a minute watching Big Show versus anybody. Pretty much like you trying, you really can't pull it off. Big Show easily kind of knocks you out and overcomes the submission.
You trying to pick me up.
Right.
And let me just
exactly.
Elbow you in the top of your head or just shove you down.
But eventually, Asuka finally reverses a powerbomb into a roll-up pin to win. Out of everything that's been overcoming Nia, felt like a tap out would have looked more.
Or they could have made like Nia like how they did the first time when Nia hurt her leg or something.
Right, and then play on it.
Play on that, get her down to one knee, and then she could do her little kick.
Like, even though Asuka won, this didn't make me feel like Asuka's unbeatable. Like, this made me feel like, which maybe they're trying to hold it off for Nia to be the one to actually beat Asuka.
Yeah, and my thing is too,
because none of the matches between Asuka and Nia, Asuka won convincingly. Neither one. Because like I said, the first match,
making her look like, because you saw Bayley and Sasha push her to the limit too. So I don't know if they're trying to make it seem like somehow now every match you can't come out and dominate.
Well, as much as they played her to be,
but, I mean,
she should have.
You gotta survive.
They killed her when they let Emma almost whoop her.
Even like I was saying,
in match one,
when she was fighting the little no-name people. And then once she got to the main roster, they're making these matches more.
Don't like it.
Some nights she dominating, and some nights they push her to the limit.
They should have made. I haven't seen Asuka dominate a match in like a month. Like they should let her.
You can't just let them come out there and just obliterate.
But I mean, like if you're okay, the three people she shouldn't be able to dominate. Bliss because she's champion.
Bliss, I can see her dominating Bliss because Bliss is a coward. But she's cunning though. She's
okay.
She knows how to pick her moments when she can.
Okay, so then it should be Nia and Sasha Banks. Those are two she shouldn't be able to dominate. Everybody else,
Bailey and her had some good matches too.
But she should have dominated her. Yeah. And then it could have been that triple not like Asuka dominates Bailey, but Sasha Banks always goes back and forth with Bailey. So that way, when they compare each other, they'd be like, "Well, you can't really beat me," and then that can kind of play off of that into their feud.
Bailey beat Sasha the other week, though.
That's what I'm saying. So if Sasha was like, how when they both fought Asuka, and they was like, "Well, I can beat Asuka," and it was like you couldn't beat me or something like that. Mm-hmm. It could have played off and be like, well. Sasha could have been like, well, didn't you get dominated by the thing? But she'd be like, well, didn't I dominate you when I beat you that night? And so
I see what you're saying. So I think I like the way they're doing Asuka. It's making her look.
I don't like it.
Because it's like
they're weakening her every week to me. Every week she's almost like what they did with. No, it's not even as bad. It's worse than Brock Lesnar.
That's why I was about to bring that up because now Brock, he's not as dominated. When he gets in his mode, he'll dominate. The last person Brock really truly dominated was AJ Styles. And then AJ had a little moment in there where he was trying to gain some momentum, but most of that match, Brock just threw AJ all over the place. But all his other matches versus Samoa were like he survived.
But even then, it was just those two. Just those two people.
He survived.
That's it.
Huh?
That's it. He only survived two people, Braun and one-on-one wise.
One-on-one wise, yeah.
Yeah, it's like John Cena was the last person really for one-on-one.
He really crushed. He never had a chance from the start.
Exactly. So if you can do that with John Cena and then Randy Orton, they had to stop the match.
Yeah.
So you do that with those two.
Multi-time champion.
Right.
We're talking about the Samoa Joes, people who just coming on the scene.
Exactly.
I mean, maybe it could be a thing where
they're trying to get him over
style because it's his first time ever in the ring with these people.
I guess
he's fought Randy. Well, that was his first time ever fighting Randy Orton.
See,
but he's fought John Cena most of his career.
I guess, man.
But I like the way they're doing it with Asuka. Eventually, she's still going to be strong, but that just shows that she has her times where they have to make it believable that you think this person could upset her. You got to have the thrill of it.
All right.
Moody just is not in agreement with that, ladies and gentlemen.
So next we have what is it called? What's it called? The whatever war? The Great War. That's it?
Yeah, between...
Just the Great War. I thought it was something more significant of a word like the Galactic War or something, but it's just the Great War. The Great War continues between Woken Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt. And yeah. He's stupid, dude. And really, for me, this match was a whole bunch of literally Matt Hardy tried to do the Twist of Fate 7 times before he finally got it. It's like he tried to end him off early the entire match.
But man, I'm just trying to get out of here.
Twist of Fate, break it. What? Twist of Fate, no. And then now the best spot in the match was when Bray ran to the ring post and he did the little kind of put his head backwards thing, and Matt Hardy was just like, oh yeah, and he got the crowd. He kept doing it until the crowd finally reacted with it. So it was
that intimidate me,
right?
I know you're gonna do that.
So that's probably the best spot. And Bray Wyatt's face reaction to that was the best. He genuinely looked like,
dude, and intimidated by
this. The disrespect,
I'm 350 pounds and bending upside down, and they still impress you. The opposite way.
How far do I have to bend for you to notice me, man?
Yeah, I like that. Some of his little mannerisms, since he went, it is funny.
He went woken, but yeah. So after 7 attempts, Matt Hardy finally gets the Twist of Fate off, and he wins the Great War, at least for now.
But it's going to.
It has to culminate at WrestleMania. We're too close to WrestleMania for it to end right there.
For them not.
Yeah.
That might be the first match. That might be the first.
You might have picked the first match right now.
They probably open up the show.
I don't know. The way
be the pre-show.
The way they've been going with it, I feel like they're going to do some kind of women's match first, and then that.
Then that. Okay.
So just
one of the first two.
Yeah, because just by the way they've been like doing it, because I feel like they started off the Royal Rumble with the women's. No, they didn't.
They might do like a big match that's going to draw your attention, like a ladder match.
Yeah.
Or something, or the Intercontinental title match.
Possibly.
Something like that to get you going. Because you can't start the show off with something nobody ain't interested in.
That's true.
But we'll just, So Matt Hardy wins the Great War.
Matt Hardy wins the Great War for now. Then after that, we finally see Ronda Rousey come in
That's one of my
for the contract signing in the rings. Kurt, Tripp, and Stephanie McMahon.
You don't say Tripp, you say Hunter.
Hunter Hurst Hemsley. Hunter. So, of course, Triple H and Stephanie are just talking about how excited they are. And for the first part, Ronda just seemed so...
She was flustered a little bit.
Yeah, like that was a genuine. Like she was just like, I for the longest, I've really always wanted to do it. Kurt,
Olympic gold medalist. Like she was really.
She was super flustered. Yeah.
She was.
So, but I liked it. It shows like some genuineness to it. Like she, as powerful as they made her feel, like she was still overwhelmed about joining this company. So, and then once she got ready to sign, you see Triple H and Kurt Angle kind of just talking back and forth. And she's like, well, Kurt,
something you want to say?
Something you want to say?
I would have probably did the same thing too. I'm like, what are y'all talking about now?
Right. And Kurt's like, no.
I have one. I'm gonna let you explain.
Go ahead.
I have an issue.
What?
I'll let you explain it first. Then once you explain it, just pass it back over here.
Okay. And he was just like, I was just, I mean, pretty much they're just going to use you. They wanted you so they can have you. They can manipulate you. I mean, Triple H, wasn't it you that, said 3 years in the making and we finally have the... whoa. That part. Yeah, we owned the... that was a perfect part. That was just a great back and forth. And Triple H was like, no, Kurt Angle's sick. Yeah.
That's what I did not like. They could have came up with something better.
What, than saying he was sick?
Like, he's been with the flu all week. You know how that goes. That was so cheesy to me.
I mean, but that was the point. Like they weren't trying to make it like a big convincing reason that he's losing his mind. It was showing that them panicking.
When does the flu make you lose your mind?
But I know you see how nonsense that makes. That just shows. But that's the brilliant of it. That part was made to show them that they're panicking. We really just need to make up something on the fly. He has the flu. Like, no, it's just to make it seem like, oh, you guys are really lying. Like, not to make it seem like we have a convincing story. Like, oh, well, Triple H, I mean, Kurt Angle, he really has been diagnosed with something like a mental thing. Like, they could have did that easily. But for them to be like, oh, he has the flu. Like, it just makes, like, we're panicking and we don't want you to really know, but we're still, yeah, let's get out of here, guys. He has the flu. Let's take him back here now. And then Kurt Angle still was like, Stephanie, didn't you say... I forgot what she...
Ronda's a has-been and even you could take her.
Yeah. And Triple H was like...
That's when she looked at Stephanie and she kind of had Stephanie cornered, right?
Yeah. Then Triple H finally comes in and he starts to kind of get Stephanie out the ring.
I like how she did the thing to Triple H too, though.
Yeah.
Like she moved his arms and was like, I'll buck up at
right. And then Triple just kind of... He looked at her seriously and he was like... no,
he was laughing.
Let's calm down.
Like, really, Ronda, I will walk the dog.
Let's calm down. Let me get Stephanie out of here. Then he looks like he turns back to try to kind of put an arm around her to console her, and she just scoops him up.
He was so high up in the air.
Yeah, he was.
Really almost missed the table.
He really did. Like he was caught the far edge of it, and it just happened to break it.
He almost missed the table.
And then the golden moment of shock, and Stephanie McMahon comes.
That was coming.
She comes and she looks and she's like, "How dare you!" Like she didn't say it. Yeah, and she slaps the fuck like if it was anybody else, any other woman, they would have failed.
I would. You know what? I would have forgot we was acting. I probably would have laid Stephanie.
Yeah, you slapped me like that.
Me like, I don't care how much money you pay me. You slapped me like that. I got to react.
Right.
It's just
one punch.
Human nature.
But Ronda's like just her freeze, and she just kind of throws her hair back a little bit and looks back up, and then Stephanie's just like, "Oh, let me get out of here!" Like, so that
And you could tell it was a real slap. You saw her face was kind of red a little bit.
Oh, yeah. She slapped, no.
And I love how she signed it. And she was just like, okay.
Dropping on this man.
Yeah, you know what? I think I want to join this because I got some unfinished business with you.
I got something to do to you.
Yeah.
So
I like how they did that.
So we started off with tension of her joining the WWE, looking like her WrestleMania is going to be busy with the
we did see Triple H said she won't be in a championship match
because she asked for it. She said she doesn't want
special treatment.
Yeah,
she wants to earn everybody's respect in the ring.
So we're going to see, from the looks of it, we're going to see something with her with the McMahons. Then that leads straight into the main event. The Elimination Chamber, for the first time ever, having seven competitors in the ring. And this match consisted of Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, Elias, The Miz, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, and John Cena. I always forget John Cena. I forgot him last time. And what I love is before everybody got in, it started with Elias in the ring.
I did like that.
And he, of course, doing his little skit. Hello, I am Elias. And who wants to walk with Elias?
I do like that. I like that.
Yeah, he has probably not the best, but one of the best characters and promos that every week. Because, I mean, clearly they like it because they allow him to do a promo every week.
Whether it's a pay-per-view, whether it's
right.
Monday night, he's going to be on there.
Yeah. And so, that speaking of having the weapons in the match, something I would have liked to see is for them to let him keep his guitar in the pod. So, that would have been something to have.
That's why I say you take away that little padding around it.
I still want that, though. I don't want to get rid of that. It has to stay like that, man. Has to stay like that. So, of course, everybody, the three that are in that start off the match are The Miz, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, which I feel as though is our Intercontinental WrestleMania match. And what I like, for one thing, before we go through it, when The Miz comes down, The Miz starts to go into all the pods. He goes to John Cena. He does the "You Can't See Me" in front of him. He goes to Roman. He does the little "ooh" and then the Superman thing in front of him. And Elias, he kind of looks like he gestures towards the guitar, just like, get out of here. And when he tries to go to Braun, immediately, once he walks over there, Braun just slaps the cage, and The Miz is like, oh, okay.
Man, I want you to mock me.
Right. So that was a good opener to it.
The women's match, too, when they came out, they was all, because the Absolution had walked up to each little pod and made their little facial.
Yeah. And I like that, like, what is it? Wrestle Talk TV said it. This was the first time Absolution came in looking like a team. Mm-hmm. Like, not looking like just three people came together as a group. They looked like they were a real legit tag team that was put in this match. Mm-hmm. So I really hope that, once again, they need to make women's tag belts.
And we're going to go on to
They need that. They need that.
Said The Miz, Finn
Balor.
The
Miz, Finn Balor. So starts off.
That's not happening.
Are you serious? They need to.
Don't need women's tag.
They definitely need. What?
6 hours long.
It's going to be anyway. All of them now.
Just some people ain't going to make the card. That's what's going to end up happening.
Some people don't make the card now.
That's what I'm saying. So people are going to wrestle Tuesday nights, but then if you're not important enough, you'll make the pre-show or you won't be on the card at all.
That's no different than what's happening now.
Back in catering.
If you add the tag belt, you add the tag belt, you have more people with more chance to be up there because now, if you go to WrestleMania, the only thing that's going to be a non-title match. Matter of fact, there is going to be no other women's match. There's going to be the women's. You
have Ronda fight somebody. That's going to be a non-title match.
That's not even a non-title. That's a mixed tag match.
It's probably going to be mixed tag. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mixed tag,
so, but
you'll probably have a women's match.
You're not going to have a non-title women's match. So? No, you will. You'll have Bayley and Sasha. That's it. That's it. But look at that. You got the two. Like, take out Ronda because it's not even a full women's match. You got of course, the women's SmackDown, women's Raw, 2 match. Sasha and Bayley because they've been the top 5 of the women's division. Nobody else. All the other women are
Nia
out.
Jax gonna do?
Huh? Exactly. We don't know
Nia
yet.
Jax on.
She's going to be in one of the... She's got to be in a title match because there's no other title match
They
going
ain't
on right
gonna
now.
make that triple threat. They're gonna give Asuka that moment.
Hold on. Well, you say you know where Asuka's
They gave her
going.
a chance to be in the triple threat, and she lost at Elimination Chamber. So Asuka, Nia Jax is not gonna be in the championship match.
Exactly.
So it's probably either gonna be
She's going to be in the pre-show.
they'll have something like that.
That's what I'm saying. But if you make a tag division, you got 4 women now with another. You adding 4 women to the card.
Over and over.
Who can? We already have that.
I mean, even with the men's, but still, you already see it with the men. You definitely don't want to see it with the women.
I don't know, man.
Who's gonna fight tonight? Oh, Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Absolution.
The Riot Squad versus Becky Lynch and
we see those matches every single solid.
and you know what?
week.
You know what makes repetitive matches more interesting? A title.
We see
Was not Charlotte and Sasha Banks more interesting seeing it 7 times when they had title defenses?
They had different types.
Why
of
can't you
had
right?
A submission match. You had a Hell in a Cell match. You had a, but you were doing different things.
So
It's
do
just
that
not
with the tag
constantly-
match.
it's
Did they
the
not
same
do
thing.
that with the Usos and New Day? Make different types of tag championship matches. Hell in the Cell tag match.
They have a
To huh?
They have appeal.
You get appeal from the women's.
Can we talk about?
I'm sorry.
let's talk
All
about
right,
the
so
men's
let's get into this.
match.
The men's match. It starts off with the 3. Pretty much, it all boils into. Oh, I like how it started off. I must say that the Miz kind of first gestured to Seth Rollins. No, he gestured to Finn back. No, Seth Rollins first. He was like, "Hey, me and you, let's gang up on this guy." And Seth was like, "Are you kidding me, man? It's everybody for himself, man. Come on." And so Miz was like, "Okay, let's shuffle around a little bit more." He gets the Finn Balor side. He's like, "Hey. You and me, let's take out him." Then he actually does the Too Sweet, the Wolfpack sign. He's like, "Come on, Finn!" Like, come,
You know you want
right? It's like, "Come on, what are you doing?" Like, oh, that was beautiful.
The Miz is a trip.
The Miz is definitely a great character. And then it turned into Seth Rollins beside Finn. He was like, "Hey, how about let's actually get on him?" And then that's when the crowd got excited, and then the match finally went in. And so, what did you like from this match as we start to reveal some more people that's coming in?
That part, like how they did double team the Miz. We saw some good spots with Seth and Balor, because that little alliance didn't last long.
No.
I like the fact that they had little alliances and then they they focused back on I'm all
It's still every man
still
for himself.
So if I got to use you for a couple of minutes here to gain an advantage over this person, cool.
So next, John Cena comes in.
Yeah, John Cena comes in.
That was a good little shuffle between the 4 people. Like you said, once again, they maintained it being every man for himself. Mm-hmm. And even when number 5, Roman Reigns comes in, and even then, with the whole Seth and Roman, it still remained every man for himself.
At that
Then number 6. Like, Braun Strowman comes in, and Braun Strowman just starts hurting everybody.
Yeah,
and immediately,
I like I said, I felt he would come in and he would dominate the way that he did.
Oh yeah, and I mean, honestly, he dominated way higher than my expectation.
No one higher than mine.
Are you serious?
I felt he would do that.
Hold on.
I felt they would build him up to look that strong in that type of a chamber. Where are you going to run? Where are you going to go?
No,
you
not
can't
even
escape him.
Not that. I understand what he did to people, but I'm saying what they did to him. This is the strongest they've ever made Braun Strowman look, ever.
Because he's in with multiple people.
Exactly.
And they can't run.
But not just multiple people. 5, at least 5 out of those 7 people,
he eliminated
elite. Not only that, they're elite players. Like, these are the top heavyweight guys. Roman, Seth, Balor. No, but it's 5 of them ganging up. What I'm getting to, how they did a 4-man, once he eliminated The Miz, they did a 4-man shield bomb on this man. Not only did they do it, they laid on top of him, and he Big Show kicked out.
True.
which led into him getting AA'd by John Cena. Kick out at 1 after just being Shield powerbomb. Kick out at 1, then go into the Roman Reigns spear, kick out, which led to the curb stomp, kick out, and then I don't even
coup de grace on the outside on that little.
When that part didn't matter because he couldn't.
You know why it didn't matter? Because the padded part was right there. Get rid of it.
Whatever. It's because you can't do it outside the ring, which I feel like is a new rule because I feel like you used to be able to pin outside the ring. At least when I played WWE 2K18, they let me pins outside the ring. I'm just saying. So yeah, like you get a 4-man super move, there 4-man finish, hold on top of you for a pin, kick out. Then all 4 guys do their special, and you're still in the match. It's the best. That's the strongest they've ever made. But that was extra.
We see that in regular matches. Not all one person take all of that, but we've seen people like you see a series of signature moves.
Not like that.
Braun Strowman, you would think this is the monster thing. We got to do everything.
It's a difference between signature and finishers between the top players.
Yeah,
it's a difference. I didn't that part.
We seen Brock Lesnar put the F5 that's put people down. With one,
still one person.
He jumped right up.
It's still one person.
He suplexed Braun Strowman and he got up.
It's still one person.
It's
still one person.
This is Braun Strowman, man. We've seen chairs collapse down on top of him, and he comes up underneath the rubble. And throw it into a trash can. I mean, his strength never surprises. Nothing amazes me with him. I wasn't sitting there like, oh my God, he keep kicking out. I was like, he gonna kick out. Every time they did, he go kick out. They were not going to. They weren't going to eliminate him early.
I genuinely thought he was done when they did the 4-man Shield ball.
I didn't think so.
And because of that, you're comparing apples and oranges because
I'm not.
Yes, you really are.
The common denominator is Braun Strowman and his strength. Whether it's all happening at once or people are doing it by themselves.
Look, this is like. Let me make a comparison on how I see this, and I'm about to make a real ludicrous comparison. But I just want you to see what I'm seeing by this.
I see what you see.
No, I don't think you do. I want you to see the significance. This is like imagine. I'm not gonna get super crazy. Imagine someone like The Miz kicking out of the Shield bomb out of nowhere. But I'm saying The Miz once in finishing like in WrestleMania moments, they let everybody kick out of a finisher at least once. So let's say the same match, not a super pay-per-view, he gets Shield bomb and he kicks out immediately. Like not at like 2 3/4, but like 1, 2 kick out.
Now you're comparing apples and oranges.
But that's what I'm saying.
And we're talking about.
But I want you to see the significance on how they made Braun before. And how they're doing it now, I don't think you do, man.
It didn't surprise me. It really did. It did not. I was like, he is going to kick out. I was like, they all these people are going to try to hold him down on the mat. How many matches, like in the Survivor Series match, we saw Nakamura and Rude come back, and all them suplexed him through a table. Like,
but when they when they suplexed Braun through the table, was he not out for a while?
He was out for a while. That's a table.
It's
a table.
That's a table between 2 new undercoming heavyweights versus 3 out of the 4 veterans.
There was 5 people that suplexed him. It was Shane. It was John. It was Randy Orton. It was Nakamura and Bobby Roode.
2 new guys.
What matter if they new or old? It shouldn't matter. They slammed him through a table.
That's the same thing on us saying that Brock Lesnar dominates John Cena and Randy, but has to struggle against Samoa Joe. Same thing.
I get what you're saying with the nudity, but my thing is this: that's a one-on-one fight. This is the first time I'm fighting. Anytime you're fighting somebody new, there's a feeling out process where you have to feel that other person out.
All right.
My thing is this, I'm saying with the gang up factor of it, like this is not the first time we've seen people gang up on Braun Strowman. We've seen the Shield bomb him through the announce table. And like you said,
after the match situations,
he doesn't move.
Yeah,
but it's through a table, so there's no extracurricular stuff there that would limit him from
so
not
you're saying
getting up from that.
So you're saying the table is more significant of an effect.
It is than the ring.
Than him not only getting power slam, finishing power bomb by 4 people, and then each individual finisher by heavyweights. All that doesn't compare to him going through a table.
It doesn't.
All right.
I'm just saying it's a table. Look how big he is going through a table. That type of carnage. But I'm just saying.
All right. It
would shock me more if you would have slammed him through a table and he were to get up like nothing happened. That would shock me more. So when you slam him through an object, it makes him look more human. Like when the chairs came toppling down on him, he didn't get up right then. He kind of laid there for a little while. Then you just saw eventually his hand start moving. Like the whole thing with the ambulance. We saw a whole ambulance hit this dude. And this dude got up and started walking away like nothing happened. So
after like 30 minutes of them coming.
You got hit, rammed into a wall with an ambulance.
After like 30 minutes of sitting there.
An 18-wheeler and topple it over. So a shield bomb, a curb stomp,
a spear,
and a little coup de grace. Supposed to be the end of Braun.
So if that's the case, then my thing is, all right. So I'm gonna keep that in mind. I want to leave a pin in that because now I want you. Let me say this first.
We seen this dude slam the Big Show through a ring and then pop right back up.
Brock Lesnar did that, but then Brock Lesnar couldn't beat Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania when he came in.
Roman Reigns had Brock Lesnar beat.
Oh wow!
He busted open, he ran into the pole like he was dazed. Brock Lesnar didn't even know he was there. Roman Reigns was that close to winning that match, and Seth saw an opportunity. Like, he was dazed. But even though he still put an AA on Seth, given the fact that he was dazed, he still...
F5.
I put an 8. I always get those moves.
It's virtually the same, but yeah.
But one spins,
one flips over.
But he still... No, he didn't get the F5. Seth somehow crawled. He jumped over his back or something like that.
I believe it.
And then something weird happened when he was able to get Brock out of the ring and got.
All right.
It wasn't like Seth was in that match all throughout the duration of that.
Sure. But now, like I said, I'm trying to say this because I'm not surprised in a bad way that this happened. But I want to leave a pin there because I want to use that for how the rest of it turned out. That's my only thing. Because the comparison at 2 places of the match doesn't make sense for me. Okay, cool. And it's only because we know the inevitability of it.
Okay.
But so we got that.
I did like seeing it though, but it wasn't like before we get off that part. It just wasn't. I knew I was like, he's gonna kick out. That still ain't gonna be enough, and it still ain't enough. You actually thought they was gonna let him go out like that? Braun Strowman not make it to the end of that match? Come on.
So Braun eliminates the Miz first, like we said before. He did all this superhuman stuff. Then he eliminates Elias, Cena, Balor, and then it goes between Rollins, Reigns, and Braun, which they looked like they were going to team up on him. They try to jump on him and whatever. Then, in the midst of having him down, which is surprising that they can get him down, Seth Rollins turns on Roman, of course. He does this. He does the. He didn't do that on. He didn't eliminate him.
He tried to do the curve.
He almost eliminated. No, because he jumped out. That's what I'm saying. He jumped off the top rope on Braun.
Splashed off the top of the pod on Braun. Because remember, Braun was trying to get a hold of him, right?
Yeah.
And then he was climbing away from Braun. And then somehow Roman Reigns did like a Samoan drop on that little padded thing out there. And then Braun just ended up rolling into the ring. And when he rolled into the ring, Seth was already on top of the pod. And then Seth just jumps off, does the frog splash.
Okay.
Pins Braun, and Braun kicks out.
And then Braun hits a running power slam on Seth. Mm-hmm. And then it's Roman and Braun. It's the match we've seen for times and times again.
Rivalry, I'm sorry.
Oh, I do too. I'm kind of drained right now by my rant. But the inevitability happens. We see 3 Superman punches. And then not only one spear, boom, Braun's getting right back up. And he comes back, hits him with another spear. That spear ends him. Roman wins. Main event for WrestleMania is set. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns.
As if we didn't already know this 6 months ago.
But now, what I'm trying to say is, for Braun Strowman to do all of that, what got me to believe is they're finally going to do it. They're going to let Braun Strowman win this. They realize that Braun Strowman is going to be a better match versus Brock at Roman. And I was like, for him to, there's no way that you let him kick out of all that. Yeah, WWE got me.
You let them get you.
WWE got me.
You didn't stay the course.
I didn't stay the course.
You drifted away. You fell into the.
Because once Roman hit the first spear, I was like, oh yeah, they really did mean for this to happen. That's when I was like, that's right.
And we said
this is supposed to
week,
we did.
We said it was going to be them two at the end.
Yeah.
And I said Roman's going to find some kind of way. He's going to win. They were in WWE, regardless of what makes most sense at this point in time, or no matter how over someone is, or they're not going to deviate from their plan.
You're right.
My plan, Roman versus Brock. Roman, we have to finish that chapter.
My thing
the door was left open
that
if
you let Braun do all of this,
look what he's done with Brock. He's had more interactions with Brock over the past few months than Roman has. The only time Roman and Brock really went head to head again was at SummerSlam.
But you know what? They did succeed. In Lost, they made Braun Strowman look stronger than ever.
They always do that with him.
They did.
When he loses the match to Brock Lesnar, he looked strong in the match against Brock in the Fatal 4-Way at SummerSlam.
At the beginning.
He still lost. He looked strong at No Mercy. Still lost. So he looked strong in the Chamber. Still lost. That's been the story with Braun Strowman. They're just making him look strong. They're just like, Braun, your time. It's like, Braun, your time is coming. We're still going to make you look good. We know you're over. Just bear with us. Let us get to WrestleMania. Put Roman and Brock behind us. Then, you're going to be the guy. But we're still going to make you look strong. But you're not going to win. We're not going to put you over just yet. And that's just what it is. It's because, like I told you, the entire WWE calendar year
has been set up. Yeah, I know it's
hijacked.
I know it's been made for that.
Brock and Roman Reigns match. They want to build it up. These two are the only two men to beat The Undertaker. These two are both Royal Rumble winners. These two are both this. These two are both that. That's just what it is. Both of these men have beat Braun Strowman. Both of these men. It's a build-up, man. That's all they want to do. It's sad, but I'm ready for it to be over, honestly, I'm just ready for it.
That's what I was disappointed about. Because it's uncalculated for that. Uncalculated. It is.
It's been in the works for the last year.
That Elimination Chamber was uncalculated for me.
It was a good chamber match.
No, it was a good match, but it was uncalculated. You could have made Braun look strong offensively, not that defensively.
I like the defense strong because we always see him. It was a mixture of both. We saw him dominate the people, and then we see him get dominated. It's very often
he didn't get dominated by anybody.
You just said when they did the shield bomb and they did this.
But if he was dominated, he would have kicked out. He wouldn't have kicked out if he was dominated. He wouldn't have got kicked out.
Brock get dominated, he still won. I mean, we've seen people get dominated and still.
But those dominations that they did, they never really pinned Brock Lesnar. It was just, I'm gonna throw you into this table. Now I'm gonna stand over you ominously for 10 minutes, take you back in the ring, do some more, stand over you, do some more, stand over you, and then get shocked when Brock Lesnar finally just says, F5, boom, it's over. Like, it's not the same.
I like
the same.
The logic WWE did.
It's not the same.
I don't really give them credit for a lot of stuff, but I like the way that they let him dominate, and then they also let him be dominated just a tad bit. I like the side of him, like where you think, oh man, what do we got to do to this guy to beat this guy? I like it. Once again, I'm not saying it because I didn't like it. I just didn't like the fact that they did that. And he was still able to lose. You knew going into this. I don't know why you sitting over there acting like you didn't know who was going to win.
But they shouldn't have went that far.
I don't know why.
For me, they shouldn't have went that far.
As were shocked by the result of who won this.
That's like, all right, here's another example. That's like all of a sudden Finn Balor hits 3 coup de grace on Braun Strowman and eliminates him. If he were to do that to Braun Strowman, in my mind, I'd be like, oh, snap. They're going to let Finn Balor actually get his title back. That's what would have been my mindset. But then guess what? Roman would have still won. And I would have still been just as shocked.
I've been watching it for years. They will make you look strong as all get out, but they are not going to deviate from what their plans are. And their plan has been.
I know. I know.
But why are you so shocked that Braun didn't win this match? You knew Braun wasn't going to win this match. I don't understand why you sit over there and you are shocked. You are totally shocked at this outcome. We knew you thought they was going to change the plan 6 weeks away from WrestleMania.
They got
we're going to put Braun in there. We thought Roman and Brock was going to be a good thing, even though we've been planning all year to do this and exasperating all our energies to make this happen and make Roman look strong all year. We bring the Shield back to make him look strong. We get him the Intercontinental title.
And losing a one-off match against The Miz.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We do all this.
That didn't help him look strong. Losing to The Miz didn't help him look strong.
At WrestleMania last year.
Losing to The Miz didn't help him look strong.
He would not go through all that just to pull the plug on Roman 6 weeks before.
You got the matchup is between somebody who hasn't lost, really hasn't played in a year, versus somebody who's lost 45% of his matches in this past year.
Last time Brock Lesnar, well, obviously he's been there to wrestle more than Brock, but that's just like a thing with Tom Brady.
Trash.
Like, obviously, yeah, he's been to 8 Super Bowls. Obviously, he's been to more, so he has an opportunity to lose more than he's won. But
Tom Brady, the nature boy.
But then you look at was it Joe Montana? He's only been to 4. He's won 4. So, but Brady's been to 8 and won 5. So the more you do something, the chances are that it's not going to go in your favor. I'm not relinquishing the fact of winning 4 Super Bowls, because we do know that Jim Kelly lost all 4 of his that he went to in 4 straight years with the Bills. But getting away from football, with a super team with the Bills, that was a super team and they could not win the Super Bowl. But anyway, I just feel like they just were not going to put a plug on that. Let Roman go ahead and get this Universal title. Then him and Braun can feud all they want, and then finally put the belt on Braun. And Brock will be out of our way. Then we can see other people get involved in the title picture. And we finally can move on from this. It's almost over. Just bear it just a couple more weeks, and it'll be okay. Because Brock ain't going to get a rematch after he loses the Reigns. He's going to leave. He don't care. I've been a champion a year. Okay, I lost. I get paid per visit. I don't care if I lose the Roman Reigns. Who cares? I put him over. Don't matter to me. I'm Brock Lesnar. I mean,
out of 10, what do you rate?
I'm gonna rate this out of 10. I did like the part with Rousey. The women's match was okay, and the men's chamber match was good. It was entertaining. I would say if I were
you're brainstorming.
Oh, I'm brainstorming. I was about to say, I didn't even come up with my score yet, and you.
It's the leading.
Oh, that's the brainstorming. Okay.
There you go.
All right. My score for this pay-per-view is 6.8 out of 10.
That's probably the highest, one of the highest you've done for a pay-per-view.
I'm never going to give you over 7 or 8. Because it's some flaws in there. I know they had to put filler matches in there, but I would have been okay if it was just would have been the first hour would have been the women's match, and then in the middle you did the contract signing, and then have the other match in that.
And nothing else.
I'd have been fine with that. Because it's the Elimination Chamber. It's all about the chamber. All that other stuff, I don't care about that. I didn't care about Bray and Matt. I didn't care about Titus O'Neil and Sheamus and Cesaro.
Yeah.
So what was your rating of it?
6 out of 10.
Wow, my rating was higher.
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. You just didn't like the way they did Braun.
No, I didn't like the tag match. The tag match was a waste of space. I did actually like even though it's just the episode of Raw, I like the Matt versus Bray just because that one highlight spot made it actually fun to watch. Asuka and Nia, it was a decent match. They did make Nia still look strong in defeat. Made Asuka, but they made Asuka not look as strong. Asuka doesn't look strong to me anymore. Asuka just now she can win dominantly against some people and get away with some people.
That's gonna happen. Like
nah. And the chamber matches. The first I like the women's chamber match, except for the not only that, but one of the main reasons I can't give it anything higher is because it literally was copy and paste Elimination Chamber matches. And just in the two spots, the fact that you had two usual teammates turn on each other at the most inopportune time. Sasha Banks on Bayley, Seth on Roman. And then you have the spot where the person
made more sense though
at the wrong time. I
get what you're saying because look what Roman did to him at the Rumble. And they always turn on each other.
But I'm still saying I get the storyline behind it, but it was still at the worst time to do it. That's all I'm saying. Gotcha. And then the same person that turned on them decided to do some like amazing top rope frog splash or splash in general.
Yeah, we saw that from Sasha.
And so copy and paste.
I forgot to mention at the end of the match though, Braun Strowman threw Roman through the pie
because Braun Strowman is still. I mean, but that's Braun Strowman. He's going to be strong. He's the top. He's the top person that will never get anything.
Raw, they didn't even follow up with that. But.
Nope, doesn't matter because it doesn't matter. None of it matters. Nia Jax pushing Asuka through the thing at the end of that match.
Back to that a little bit.
It doesn't matter.
I'm
drained right now. I'm drained right now. 6 out of 10, guys.
He fell into the trap that the WWE set for him, thinking that anybody other than Roman Reigns was going to win this chamber match, and I knew going in Roman was going to win it.
And I'm really, that's why I said I'm honestly disappointed that
that
Roman Reigns won.
How?
I expected.
You have sat across from me for almost a half of a year since we've been doing this podcast.
And you're right.
And how much have we said, it's going to be Roman and Brock at WrestleMania? It's going to be Roman and Brock at WrestleMania. And you were surprised.
I'm not surprised. I'm disappointed.
Why? Why be disappointed in something that you already know is going to happen?
They did too much.
Usually when people get disappointed, it's because something unexpected happened. Like they didn't expect.
That's what I said. This is the first time. Like in
how can you be disappointed?
In retrospect, I knew it, but in the midst of it, I was disappointed because
you got caught up in the moment.
No, because Roman didn't do anything to win that match other than do the same thing.
Survive in advance. That's all.
So
it's about.
I don't like it.
WWE is not really doing a good job of making the winners look strong.
If anything, Roman should have been the person to. What should have happened if you were going to make Roman still look strong out of this match? Roman should have eliminated the Miz because of their Intercontinental feud. Then boom, Braun Strowman eliminates Elias. Then boom, Roman Reigns eliminates John Cena because of their back and forth when they had that promo beef. Mm-hmm. Then either Seth gets eliminated. No, then Braun eliminates Finn Balor because Finn Balor's on that quest to do the Universal Championship. Then Roman eliminates Seth because they've been having that back and forth between the Royal Rumble and whatever. And then it's come down to two, both kind of evenly matched people. Then they collide, and then Roman comes out. That makes sense.
But you know what? You just proved your own point. You're talking about logic. WWE doesn't have that. They haven't had that for the better part of the year. Last week, you sat there and argued me talking about that's logic. Yeah, I get what you're saying. That's logic, but that's not what they're gonna do.
You're right.
How did this happen to you? Like, I thought we were on the same page going into this, knowing what was going to happen. And we're having a completely different conversation.
They're brightening my eyes with Braun Strowman.
And I'm just chewing. You drunk the Kool-Aid, man.
I truly am. I got to take this big dog hoodie off, man. I can't do it anymore.
Ladies and gentlemen, see Moody has what he calls there was an actual. When I first arrived here, I saw with the
It's a hoodie that says "I am the big dog."
I am the big dog.
Because there was an actual clothing store on the beach called the Big Dog Store, and I actually worked there for a month, and I got this when I first volunteered there to get the job. So that's how I got it. So before I even knew who Roman Reigns was, I had this shirt, and I realized subliminally I've been vicariously living through the big dog mantra of Roman Reigns and myself. And then Sunday happened, and I can't even look Roman in the face anymore.
That you're surprised by the outcome of that match. I expected more out of you than that. I'm sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was WWE's Elimination Chamber.
Just wait till Mania when he wins the belt.
But see, now I got time to get reinvested because Roman's still my guy. It's just I would rather see. I want somebody really now. Number one goal: get rid of Brock. And Roman Reigns.
We got 6 more weeks.
And Roman Reigns is the second best person to do it at this moment. Like I said, and what happened Monday night, which we'll get on to, and on a later time. That what happened in that time is what got me reinvested in the fact that I want to see Roman fight Brock Lesnar. But from Sunday, Sunday's ending did not make me want to see Roman versus Brock. It made me be upset that I'm going to miss.
See it, but we're going to have to endure it. This will be the 4th year he's headlined WrestleMania? It's Vince's plan, man. I don't see how you got lost along the way. Well, if all hearts and minds are clear on this, can we go ahead and close out the Chamber podcast, please? And we'll let C. Moody gather himself. Hope you guys enjoyed this Elimination Chamber review. C. Moody's got to get himself back together. But join us in just a little bit. We're going to have This Week in Sports Moods podcast coming up next. So we're going to go ahead and close this portion of it out. C. Moody here with
D. Moody.
Sports Moods.
2 Moody's.
1 duty.
Sports. We'll be out.